Look, this is exactly what failure looks like. So as you can see, I made about $2 of net revenue, and after taxes and Steam's cut, honestly, this would be something like 50 cents in your bank account. This wouldn't even get you paid out in Steam, right? They need like $100 to pay you out minimum. This literally made no money, and this took me about 3 years of development while releasing this at age 14. I mean, going from that, obviously you can say that this project was more of a passion project than a project that I want to generate revenue with. So I spent about 3 years on this game and nobody cared. But this failure taught me exactly what I needed to do to make $70,000 just 2 years later. 2 years after this disaster, my game, Royale, made $70,000 and got played by XQC while hitting above 50,000 wishlists on release. Let's compare that to Rollers. 400. As far as I remember, we had about 300 wishlists on release, and back in my day, I thought that was impressive. The difference wasn't talent or luck, it was learning from every single mistake I made when I was working on Rollers. Today, I'm gonna break down exactly what it took for me to go from like a kid trying to make a game out of passion just to get something on Steam to someone that actually makes a living from game dev. And I will show you all my lessons and mistakes that I made along the way. And honestly, if I knew this stuff back then, it would have saved me months of depression and self-doubt. Because here's what nobody tells you. Your first game will probably fail, and it has to, in my opinion. You need to understand why it failed and do shit right for your next project, because it can truly change the course of everything, just like it did for me. Alright guys, what are your first impressions from seeing that Rollers gameplay trailer? I mean, you'd probably think it's like a 1v1 game where you can just invite your friend and just fuck around for a bit, maybe something like Brawlhalla or like Smash Bros, right? That's the kind of vibe that I was going for, but I tried to make it really simplistic. Like, the game mechanics are basically just smashing into each other and trying to knock each other off, right? Now, the problem with that is, how would you monetize that? Would you just create like skins for your player character or whatever? Like, why would people even want to invest into something like that if they're just playing against their friend for fun, right? It's a very casual game with really small monetization incentives. A really big point I want to bring up is the Steam store page. This is where I learned a lot of lessons on how to not pander to, let's say, like, I don't know, game designers, and pander to actual gamers, right? If you read the description, well, what the hell is this? First of all, this looks ugly as hell. Second of all, let's look at the short description inside the Steam store page. What does it say? Multiplayer single-player action platformer with customization, progression, and custom PvP races maps. What the fuck is this? Right? I'm not trying to write a game design document. I'm trying to sell you a game. Who the hell would be like, oh, today I'm feeling like multiplayer single-player action platformer with customization, progression, and custom PvP races maps? Who the fuck markets a game like this, dude? Let's see the difference between that and Royale. A lot of game developers have this kind of, I don't know, stigma or like compulsion to like pitch their game to other game developers to be like, hey, like my game is like multiplayer, my game is like PvP, has customization, has this, has that. You're not trying to compete with other game developers, you're trying to pitch to gamers, right? What you really need is immersion. So on the Royale store page, for example, it doesn't say like, oh, multiplayer battle royale with customization and like, guys, you can like get loot boxes and throw couches. Like, no. It says a chaotic battle royale inside the furniture store where everything is a weapon. Doesn't that sound appealing? Doesn't that sound like you want to find out more and not like this multiplayer single player action platformer? Like, gee, bro, gee. No one's gonna play this, bro. Even though this is free, this thing has 30 positive reviews. Royale, even though it's become paid, has 53 reviews. Right now, a really big mistake I did with Rollers. First of all, I didn't really have like faith that it would blow the hell up. Like, I kind of just had the idea that most game devs have these days. It's like, oh, my game is so good, it's just gonna blow up by itself. Like, one player will play it and be like, whoa, this underrated game is so good, I haven't seen this anywhere, and then they will share it with friends. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. Marketing is literally 50% of your game. Your game is 50% making the game, 50% marketing the game. The sooner you market, the better. You need eyeballs on your game. You need to catch a target audience. So the biggest problem with Rollers is that I basically did no marketing. I made a few in-progress Twitter posts and that's pretty much it. I posted a trailer on YouTube thinking like I'm some AAA studio that like posts a single trailer video and just gets like 10 million views because like, oh my god guys, a new game came out. Well, guess what? Like 1,000 games come out per week these days. You can't do this anymore. Another big issue with rollers is that I never optimized for virality. I really like focused on this game being just like a simple, casual 1v1 game that you wouldn't even like think about day to day, right? There's nothing here that would build for appeal, for player retention, and for virality. I mean, what's the most viral moment you can get with two wheels clanking at each other? Like, let's look at this. It's literally just like, what is going on? There's a donut, there's a wheel, they're flying, there's a bunch of particles. Cool. Who would play this? Tell me, who would play this, okay? Maybe your like 5-year-old cousin would play this, okay? Nobody else though. Of course, I think it's pretty easy to say that when I was 14 and released this game, like I wasn't building out of trying to get money. I was just building out of passion, right? But this has been a really crucial lesson in my game development journey. Just trying to get the game there out of Steam, going from 0 to 100 and learning the whole process and seeing what I did wrong. Let's compare the store pages of Rollers and Royale. I've already talked about the short description, which, I mean, what the fuck does this say about the game, right? You know, a better page would be like, yo, like, smash your friend as a wheel and dunk on them and then give them an L emote at the end or something. You know, that would already be a better pitch than just putting a bunch of tags together. You know, like you're selling a game, I don't know, to a game design document, not to players, right? So as you can see, this store page looks, well, first of all, this looks really unpolished, right? Like, to me, back in the day, this would look impressive because I was like, oh wow, I figured out how to make custom maps with Unreal Engine. Players can like upload their map to Steam Workshop or something. But the problem is, players aren't game developers. They like if a game developer sees this, they might appreciate like what I've achieved with like an old version of Unreal Engine before you could make like UGC and all that. But gamers see this like, what the fuck is this unpolished bullshit? Why would I want to play this? Like, cool, but this sucks, you know? Let's compare this to the Royale store page. So this is clearly made for gamers. Look at the first line. It says, welcome to Idea, right? I'm not saying like, Royale is a multiplayer battle royale PvP game where you can kill other players and customize your player. No, it's all about immersion. The first thing I say is, welcome to Idea. You're in my world now. You're in my world. Welcome to Idea. And obviously these GIFs are way more polished. Like, the gameplay looks fun. The difference between that store page and this store page is Rollers is trying to pitch something as like, I'm trying to sell myself to a talent agency, be like, oh guys, I did this, I did that. There's PvP, there's multiplayer, there's races, there's custom maps. Guys, wow, I'm so good at the Unreal Engine. The next game is just like, it's pitching to gamers. It's like, guys, you will have so much fun playing this. Just look at these clips. Just look at these clips. It's so simple and digested. It's immersive. It's like, hey, just hop on into Idea, have some fun, like fuck up your friends with couches, you know? It's all about marketing the fun aspects of the game instead of the technology of the game. Rollers is something that I would probably show to, like, I don't know, like an actual studio that I want to get a job for. Royale is something I would show to gamers, to the average person that wants to actually play a game, play a fun game. I build Rollers for imaginary design critics, like something that Metacritic would give a 99 out of 100 of because it perfectly describes the product, you know? But Royale, I focused on building it for actual players that want to go into the game and have fun and be immersed, you know? To laugh and to share clips. That shift from what would be impressive to a game designer with a master's degree to what would be viral for average players changed my whole perspective on game development. I am the same person with the same talent, but the results are completely different, and that difference is $70,000 from fucking $2, $1 after taxes and Steam's cut, basically 50 cents. So look, if you're working on your first game right now, it will probably fail, and statistically it should, but that's not the end. That's data, and that's lessons for you for your next game. This is why I built this free Discord community. I know there are many devs out there who have failed their first project, but this server isn't there for us to just cry about it all together. It's for working on our mistakes and making sure our next game actually blows up on the internet. By the way, soon enough, I'm gonna run a live call in the server where you can ask me any questions ranging from like, oh, what backend should I use for my auto-scaling like battle royale game, to like, what marketing technique should I use for my indie game, and how can I market on a $0 budget. So if you want to show up, let me know what we should cover in our first live call ever. Links in the description. Come join us, show us your disaster, and let's build something that people will actually play. And remember, I went from losing money to making $70,000. Not because I got better at making games, but because I learned what actually matters. See you in the Discord.